Hello, everyone. Welcome back after quite a while. I'm sure you guys were wondering when this was going to continue. I kind of ignored my Worgen Rogue here for quite some time, and yeah, sorry about that. I was just focused on other stuff, and I just kind of forgot to continue leveling her. And I finally took the time to go ahead and be like, you know what? The Winds of Wisdom buff is up, which means we are all getting much more XP, so this will let me level her faster, so let me just go ahead and get her to at least 45 so I can continue the story. So I got her to 45, she's now at 46 by the way, but that's because then I had another quest pop up in order to actually continue the Order Hall story. It was a dungeon quest. Our diversionary tactics in Stormheim uncovered intel on something I thought only a myth. There is a legend about a magical jewel, the Brightcool, created long before the time of man. The jewel is said to be able to... Valera stops herself from continuing while looking around and eyeing you wirily. I do not want to talk about it just yet, not until we have proof. Unfortunately, the only way that we're going to get that proof is in the Maw of Souls, on the Nodulfar, the ship of the dead. So we had to go into Maw of Souls and get the Raven's Eye tablet. This is the thing that we were actually kind of alluding to earlier. Something that should allow us to be able to actually see the truth of what has been going on recently. And in case you are wanting, in case you're curious, because you're probably looking at the screen going, hey, wait a minute. Yes, this is after the Dragonflight pre-patch has gone live, so clearly things have changed. The interface is changed. Almost all of my add-ons are turned off. The only add-on I have turned on at the moment is this right here, the Sexy Map add-on right here. That just makes the little mini-map here just look a little nicer. I really like it. It's one of my favorite add-ons. But in case you're also wondering, because as some of you may know, this is the class I played the least in this game. I barely know how to play Rogue at all. I don't really enjoy the gameplay that much, and it's just something that I've never really enjoyed. So because of that, needless to say, I'm not going to be super knowledgeable when it comes to this class and the new trees. I have not really even looked at the Outlaw and Subtlety trees. I've mainly only ever really played Assassination because I've liked the dots, the poisons that you can be able to implement on your enemies. In this case, because I feel like I'm playing a class I don't know that well, I'm okay with having dot damage, lots of dot damage, as opposed to just straight up burst combo damage, which I think is what Outlaw has usually kind of been back in the day. I know a lot of people prefer this mainly because they get to wield other weapons other than daggers, like axes, maces, swords, and fist weapons and such, but I mean, I'm more so about, like, how the class plays as opposed to what weapons I can use. I get it, but, Plus, it allows me to be able to keep doing my little transmog combo here of this set, along with the daggers with that particular appearance there, which I think looks really well together. So, the cape can use a little bit of work, but I still think this is pretty good, especially for a Worgen Rogue, because as I pointed out before, I love that it lets you be able to have your snout come out of the front, as opposed to just simply stretching out the helmet or hood like others do. But, like, a lot of these things I'm just kind of like, not super knowledgeable. I think there's one noticeable new ability for the Assassination Rogue. It's this right here, Death Mark. Carve a Death Mark into an enemy, dealing bleed damage over 16 seconds, while marked, your Garrote, Rupture, and lethal poisons applied to the target are duplicated, dealing 100% of normal damage, and it's on a 2-minute cooldown. And it's instant. So, that's a rather interesting extra dot ability. But, again, this is coming from someone who barely ever plays this class. Like, there's no other class in this game I play more than this class right here, Rogue. So, as I've said before, the reason I'm showing this is because I found the Order Hall story here to be one of the more interesting ones. Especially because we're about to learn something very important when it comes to what happened earlier. It's kind of why this story actually ends up becoming kind of integral to the main plot. So, Valera, guess what I found?
My loyalties are my own.
The legend was true. I was right about my suspicions. I had heard about Raven's Crest's almost perfect espionage team during the War of the Ancients. Now we know how they got their information. The others will not believe it when we tell them. Of course, we could keep it to ourselves. She considers it for a moment. Nah, that is how the foolish and greedy lose their heads. We'll spread the risk around to everyone.
They'll never see me.
It's imperative that we decipher the SI7 letter. We must uncover the secrets that it holds before it is too late. But our best codebreakers have yet to make a dent in the cipher. However, we now know that the myth is in fact reality. The Raven's Eye truly exists. Shall we tell the others?
Al Dial Shala. There is a myth, a fable, that is whispered of in dark corners and back alleys. It is of a jewel so powerful that no one believes it exists. But I assure you, it does. Surely everyone here has at one time or another heard the tale of the Raven's Eye? The legend is that the gem conveys the power to read any language, follow any map, and most importantly, to decipher any code.
A merry yarn! But that's all she'd be. The Raven's Eye don't exist. It never did. It just be some old wives' tale to scare little rogues who are wanting to keep their secrets hidden.
Exactly right. We are talking about the end of secrets. Well, other people's secrets anyway. But more to the point, the Raven's Eye will give us the means to unlock the secrets hidden in the SI7 letter. And we know where it is. I wouldn't cross me if I were you.
Now, what do you say you and I go to Val Shara and recover the most powerful jewel in existence?
Farewell.
The Raven Court of Blackrook Hold is where we begin our search. It is the ancestral home of Lord Kurtalos Ravencrest, knight elven hero of the War of the Ancients. Some of my own ancient ancestors are interred in its cemetery. Meet me there and make sure that you are not followed. SI7 is very good at what they do. We have to be better.
I will see you at Ravencourt. Make certain that you are not followed.
Sure thing, Valera. Tauren rogues! They finally exist after so long. I don't care if they look silly. I'm glad it's there for people who want to do that. I'm really happy for them that they wanted to do that. Alright, so we do have Vanessa already equipped. Alright. I figure if we're going to go out there, we may as well bring Vanessa with us to back us up. But yeah, look, I know it's silly. The whole idea is silly. They look silly. You know, the whole Tauren Road thing, yeah, it's a silly idea, but it's what some players wanted. They wanted the option to be able to actually do that, you know. Being able to give players the options of any kind of race-class combination they want, I personally think is a good thing. Let them play what they want to play, I say. Even if it's silly, it's what they want, you know. I'm not personally interested in making a Tauren rogue, since I'm sure many of the transmog and sets and such are just going to look very weird on Tauren, since they were never designed to be on a Tauren. It's one of the reasons I was kind of picky on what race I wanted my rogue to be on each faction, because I kind of wanted the sets to actually look decent. Like, my Horde Rogue used to be a Goblin, and some of the sets just looked weird. So then I switched to an Orc, and all of a sudden the sets just looked better. And yeah, some of the other sets, like I was saying, don't look that great on a Worgen, if you want to see what I'm talking about. Like, I've pointed this out before. Let me try and get to some rogue sets here. Here's one. I mean, that's okay. Then here's a classic from Molten Core. That's mainly for any leather class. It's not bad, though. I've always thought that looked kind of silly, especially with the little hat there. But let's go to a specific classic, like from, say, back in the day. If I can find it, because I know I have it. I finished collecting it. Not the Molten Core one. Where is it? Blackwing Lair. Here we go. The Bloodfang armor. Classic, right? Very classic. It doesn't look bad on a Worgen, honestly. You know? But obviously, you know, with the snout, you gotta be kind of particular when it comes to what set you're going to use. This was one of my favorite sets from Legion right here for the Rogue. I thought this looked awesome. But I don't know, just something about the way it stretches with the snout and everything. Quiet, Celestia. That just kind of, same thing with this one right here. I mean, again, you're kind of having to stretch the hood out. It's not bad, but, you know, it's not, you know, ideal. And I was just kind of going through these, I'm like, And that's when I then found this. I went, oh, this one actually has an opening here that actually lets you have your snout out as a Worgen. I thought that just worked perfectly. And then when I found out, or realized that I had a purple version of those Kingslayer daggers, I thought, oh, this matches so well. So, this is my favorite for a Rogue Worgen, or a Worgen Rogue. Excuse me, I can talk, I know I can. But, I use a couple of other ones on my Orc one, just because they kind of fit better, in my opinion. Alright. Hey, Valera, we're here.
The pleasure is mine.
Now that you're finally here, we can begin. The elves here have somehow risen from the dead. They're deluded. They think that we are the Burning Legion and have come here to destroy Blackrook Hold.
Al Dial Shala.
The Raven's Eye should be somewhere within the courtyard. This is where Ravencrest's lieutenants used to plan their strategies in life. Hell, looks like they might still be doing so in death. It has to be around here somewhere. Your skill at lockpicking should prove invaluable. Oh, great. Pick lock. Okay, we'll see.
This place is crawling. See if you can find the eye. I will cover you from here.
My ancient ancestors are buried here in the cemetery to the west. Because of whatever is causing the dead to rise, their souls are now at unrest. All Blood Elves are descended from High Elves, who in turn came from these lands before they were sundered. I cannot bring myself to do it. Will you put my ancestors to rest? Alright, sure thing. Huh. Okay. I haven't really set up these since the changes, so forgive me.
I need to get closer.
Whoops. Oh, that's not interruptible? Huh. Ow. Ugh. Ugh. What I should have done is just kind of like put the dots on and then move. Hold on. Huh. Interesting. I usually go with deadly poison, but I don't know. Maybe I'll try this amplifying poison.
Let me show you how it's done.
There we go. trying to make sure I don't aggro these things. Alright, hold on. Ah! It's alright, Vanessa will keep attacking her.
I'm out of range.
So she's immune. Alright. So that's another one I need to do. I do not need to summon that thing. Let me see about this whole lock-picking thing. Also, apparently there's other players here. It's always nice to see other players around. Now see, if I was this druid, and I had this rogue all of a sudden come over and help out, and I saw that I was low on health, I would go ahead and put some healing dots on me. But that's just me, you know, the friendly player and everything. Just saying. It would be nice. Is a heal too much to ask for?
Too late.
But one of the reasons why I'm glad I have this entire heirloom set is the very quick regeneration that I get. Alright. I love that I can just click on the chest and and they'll just automatically start lockpicking. That I don't have to actually click on lockpick and then on the chest, you know. Saves me a click. I know it's a small little thing, but the less annoyances that you have to deal with as a player, the better, in my opinion.
I need to talk.
Not even sure why that's here on my bar. Yeah, there's a number of things here on my bars that got moved when this interface change happened. I'm just like, More chests kind of littered all around the place. I do not want to have to deal with Dark Shade. It's like, look, I'm just trying to pick some chests, that's all. But there's some chests near where she is. Oh boy.
Rally to me, soldiers! No matter the foes we face, Black Rookhold shall not fall!
No one crosses the uncrowned!
I need to get closer.
That's right, Vanessa. You got it.
I need a target.
Whoa! What broke my stealth? Huh, that chest respawned pretty fast. Ugh, how many of these am I gonna have to pick before I finally find it? There we go. Alright, now to deal with these other two. This one right here. Good to know he's not immune to cheap shot. One more. Alright, so I let the stacks build up, and then I use Envenom. Okay. I see.
Let's talk. They'll never see me coming.
I found the ledger. A
Farewell.
ledger? Wait, let me look. This is the key!
Without a trace.
Thank you. It means a great deal to me that you have given my ancient ancestors the peace that they deserve.
Al Dial shall.
This thing is ancient. Just turning the pages risks them disintegrating in my hands. Here, I found it. An entry about the Raven's Eye. Traces her finger from left to right above the page. A look of discovery comes over her features, which is quickly replaced by a frown. It says here that the last person to have possession of the eye was Lord Ravencrest himself. You're gonna have to go into Blackrook Hold and take it from him.
They'll never see me coming. While you are in Blackrook Hold, there is an urgent matter I must attend to. I will meet you back at the Hall of Shadows.
I was curious what it said there when I leveled. I think I got an upgrade to Cloak of Shadows. But I also got... Hold on, let me stealth here just in case I aggro something. I got another point here. Which I think I can only put into... I could put it right here. Garrote increases the damage of ambush and mutilate on the target. Let's go with that one. Increase my critical strike chance when stealthed.
Lieutenant Stareye commands, death to all intruders!
So, I need to go back into a dungeon. The dungeon that's right over here. So, I'm going to have to queue up for that dungeon, get the Raven's Eye, and then we will continue. I'm going to go ahead and just do the dungeon off camera. You know, no reason to really show that. So, I'm going to go to the dungeon, and we will come back when I have the item, and we will be back in the Hall of Shadows when we return. Stay tuned.